Welcome to Bosco Campus Vision. You're watching the campus television channel of Don Bosco College, Kottayam. This lecture is on the prescribed syllabus of 5th semester BA English Literature and Language. Paper is Literary Criticism. This lecture is the continuation of Indian Aesthetics, and this is part 1 of the third chapter, The Use and Abuse of Alankara. The author of this chapter, The Use and Abuse of Alankara, is V. Raghavan. Now, what is poetry? It is not easy to define poetry. Different scholars and thinkers defined poetry differently. No definition is comprehensive. However, each definition highlights certain important aspects of poetry. According to Coleridge, poetry is the best words in the best order. Wordsworth defined poetry as the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings which takes its origin from emotions recollected in tranquility. Shelley defined poetry as the record of the best and happiest moments of the happiest and best minds. Boswell once asked Dr. Johnson, "What is poetry?" And Johnson replied, "It is much easier to say what it is not." The language of poetry is different from the language of ordinary discourse. The language of poetry is adorned with all kinds of artistic elements. In short, the language of poetry is embellished with appropriate use of figures of speech. Language achieves a special elegance and force when it is adorned with alankaras. According to Anandavardhana, the alankaras are the very soul of poetry when they are used judiciously. Abhinav Gupta points out that alankaras are not mere external ornaments, but they are the very soul of poetry. Now, let's talk about alankaras in poetry. Poetry is not mere thought. Poetry does not reveal truth in logic, but in light. Mere thoughts and emotions are proper subjects for philosophy. Facts by themselves are unattractive in poetry. Feeling and imagination are necessary for the presentation even of mere facts. Even the plain statement is embellished in some manner. Even the swabhavukti or the natural description is adorned in some way or the other. So, poetry requires not only to be useful but primarily attractive. All poetic expression involves some kind of expressional deviation. This constitutes alankara. Alankara is the beautiful in poetry, that is, the beautiful form. Bhamas found alankara omnipresent in poetry. Alankaras can be compared to alankaras of damsels. Anandavardhana says that alankaras are only the sharirs, that is the outer body. They can be made the shariri, that is the soul, that is when alankaras are not expressed but suggested. Alankaras are the external ornaments on the body, but can sometimes be like the kumkuma smeared for the beauty on the body, when they are organic and structural. When alankara is suggested and not expressed, it attains great beauty and shares the nature of the soul. Now, Abhinav Gupta compares the Suslishta to Kumkuma Lankarana and raises it above the level of Kataka. the mere external jewel worn. Bhoja classified alankaras into those of Shabda, that is Bahya, Artha, that is Abhyantara, and those of both Shabda and Artha, that is Bahya Abhyantara. The first one consists of the most external, the verbal figure of speech, that is the Shabda Alankara. Bhoja compared it to dressing, garlanding, and rearing Kataka, etc. The third he compared to bath, treating the hair with fragrant smoke, smearing the body with kunkuma, chandana, etc. Beginning from outside, these are more intimate with the body. The second he compared to cleaning the teeth, manicuring, dressing the hair, etc. They are purely the Abhyantara Alankaras or the Artha Alankaras. These are most intimate. Now, let's understand what is Auchitya or Ausitya, also known as the appropriate. Auchitya in poetry means appropriateness, harmony, and proportion. It ensures the ultimate beauty in poetry. The Greek equivalent for the term Auchitya is decorum, which means propriety. It is the soul of poetry, rasa. If Auchitya is lost, the Alankaras becomes more ornaments on a dead body. Alankaras are then said to be abused. Kshemendra says, Auchitya is the life of the rasa ensouled kavya. Auchitya means that Alankaras have their meaning only if they keep it to their places. Only an Alankara which is appropriate to Artha and through it to rasa can be of any beauty. So in this lecture we discussed Alankara and why Alankara is said to be abused and when it is said to be abused, and the relation of Alankara and rasa, and we talked about Auchitya. So do the given exercise and submit on time. Thank you.